Hi, I'm Sally from Reach Your Peak, and I'm here today with Parkinson's UK to deliver a fun football fitness session in sitting. We're going to work together on coordination and strength. Before we get going, I just want to remind you of a few things. Make sure that you've got space around you to move your arms and legs in all directions. If you feel unwell, then make sure you stop. If any of the movements feel uncomfortable, then stop or modify to suit you. Have a drink of water nearby, and if you want to stop to grab a drink at any point, please do. If you're exercising alone, it's a good idea to have a phone nearby should you need to reach out for help. We're going to begin with some dynamic mobility. So if you can make sure that you're sat in the center of the seat of your chair, I want you to pop your hands onto your hips, sit up nice and tall in the center of the seat of your chair, and we're going to take some heel taps. One leg out in front, pull the toes up towards you, come back in, and then same on the other side and back in. And we're going to keep alternating sides. Make sure that you can feel the weight of both bottom cheeks firmly planted in towards the seat of the chair. And imagine you're trying to lift your ribs up away from your pelvis. Keep pulling the toes up towards you as you extend the leg out in front. Let's go one more on each side. And then back to that nice strong seated position. Bring your arms down by your side, palms face forward, and arms up and out to shoulder height. We're now going to do some big arm circles. Opening out through the shoulders. Let's try that same movement going backwards this time. Fantastic, well done. And then pop your hands back down onto your thighs. We're going to try and help you open out your hips a little bit now. So I'd like you to take a wide stance. We're going to lean forwards and then come back up tall. Let's try that now with the hands on the thighs, leaning forwards and come back up tall. You should feel the stretch on the inner thigh. Leaning forwards and back up. Twice more. And up we come, bringing the feet back into parallel. Can you shuffle forwards a little bit further on the seat of the chair, but make sure you still feel safe. And we're going to try and stretch out the back of your leg now. So we take one leg out and we're going to swing the arms forward towards the toes. Do that again, swing and up. Repeat. Good. Once more. Marvelous, and then other leg. So again, make sure you feel centered and sturdy on your chair. Taking the leg out, and we sweep forwards and come up. Sweep and up. So we're mobilizing around your lower back and up the back of the leg. Good, one last one. And then back into parallel. So to get us ready for our football fitness, I want you to do a little bit more work on moving through that hip. So we're going to do exactly as I've just showed you there, bringing the leg up and out to the side and place it onto the floor, up and back in. So imagine you're going over a small gate, up and over, up and in. Keep going on the same side. Bringing the knee up as high as you can comfortably manage. One more on this leg, and then exactly the same the other way. So up and out, pick it up and back in. Good, up and out, and back in. Bringing the knee as high as you can manage. Making sure that you fix the position before moving again. One last one. Good. And part of our warm-up, we want to try and increase your heart rate a little bit. So place your hands onto your hips again, and I'd like you to march on the spot. Think about sitting as tall as you possibly can. And if you want to, you can add some arms into that movement. Good. And then rest again. Final movement I want you to work through is an imaginary kick. So like before, we're coming a little bit further in the seat of the chair and on a slight angle, but make sure you feel comfortable and safe. We're then going to kick and back in, kick and back in. So imagine you've got your football in front of you and you're kicking it out the way, coming back in, kick and in. One more this side. Good. Change. So you're angling yourself off to the other side and we'll do exactly the same thing. Kick and in, kick and in. Clearing that football to the opposite side of the field. One last one. Good. And then back into center for me, right in the middle of the chair, and a little bit more marching. So picking the knees up, bringing the arms to the movement. Nice wide full breaths. Good. And I think we're ready to start our routine. So grab your football and place it on the floor in front of you. We're going to work through 10 different movements, 45 seconds working on each one, and we get a little rest in between where I'm going to explain to you what we'll do next. Okay, let's go. Our first exercise is toe taps. Hands onto hips, and you're going to tap one foot onto the ball in front of you, bring it back down, other side, and back down. And we keep swapping from side to side. Take the movement at a pace that you're comfortable to manage. Don't worry if it feels like the football's going to run away. You just bring it back into a comfortable place in front of you, and we keep swapping from side to side. Remember to stay up tall. Keep your shoulders down. And nice deep breaths. Good, well done. So let me explain to you what we're going to do next. We're just going to use one side. The ball is underneath your foot and we're going to move the ball from side to side. So we're working on control around the muscles of your hip, and I want you to keep thinking about your posture. Let's go together. Move the ball from side to side. So if I'm moving a little bit too quickly for you, you by all means can slow it down. If you're able to go a little bit quicker, you do that. Whatever feels right for you on any given day. You'll feel the muscles at the top of the thigh working. Just see if you can sit up a little bit taller for me. Keep moving the ball from side to side. Bring it back in if it runs away. Good, well done. So we'll get ourselves set up to do the same thing on the other leg. If you need to give that leg that's been working a little bit of a rub, then please do, but we're going to get ready to start again on the other side. So sit yourself up nice and tall, ball is underneath the other foot, and off we go, moving it from side to side. So you want enough pressure on the ball so that it's not going to roll away from you, but not too much that it makes it hard to move from side to side. Can take a little bit of practice, but these videos are here for you to come back and try again at any time. Thinking about posture as well, nice and tall. Well done. I want you to keep working for just a little longer. And that's done. Fantastic. Now we're going to pick the ball up. The next movement, we're going to bounce it on one knee and catch, bounce and catch. Okay, so you might want to shuffle a bit further back in the seat of the chair. Let's give it a try. Bounce and catch, bounce and catch. So you're picking the knee up to the ball. If it's easier for you to just tap the ball to the knee, that's okay. You pick what's right for you. So we're working on coordination, a really great cognitive challenge as we work through our movements today. Good, keep your eye on that ball. Bringing the knee up. Good, pause and control, and then move again. See if we can get one more in. Good. Right, the ball is going to go back down onto the floor now, and we're moving it from the inside of one foot to the inside of the other. Okay, so we're going to call this one inside feet. Make sure you're sat firmly in the seat of your chair, and let's give it a go. So from one foot to the other. Now, with all of the movements, as I've said, just taking it at a pace that you're comfortable to manage. And you can make the movement as big or as small as feel right for you. That's it. So we want a little bit of pressure to make sure it makes its way across, but not too much that you're not going to be able to control it. How are we doing? Let's stop there. Good, well done. The ball is now going to stay on the floor in front of you. You need to come a little bit further forward in the seat of the chair, but making sure that you feel comfortable and safe. We're going to take our leg over and around to the outside of the ball. So an outside step over. From that center position, away we go, up, round and out. Come back in. Up, round and out, and you can lean towards that side a little bit, plant the foot to the floor, bring yourself back in. Up, round and out, and come back in. Good. Keep doing that. Allow yourself to lean a little. We're practicing on transferring weight and lots of movement in and around the hip. So stepping over the ball and change direction. Over and change. Nice big movements. One more, I think, on that side. And then you can take a quick break. We're going to repeat the same movement, but on the other leg. So if that ball has moved, just make sure it's positioned in front of you. We're going to go up, round, and over. Let's do it together. Up, round, and over, and come back in. Good. Sweeping the leg round, control back through. Sweeping round, and back in. Make the movement as big as you're able to control. Lovely. Keep it going. Bring the weight over, pull yourself back. Up and over, and pull back. Last one, and back in. Good. If you've shuffled off to one side of the chair, bring yourself back into the middle. We're now going to work on moving the ball with the outside of the foot. So this one's quite tricky, and it will feel like it's going to run away. So let's see how we get on with this one. Moving it, see, I already went too far. Moving it from the outside of one foot to the other. So we come across and across. And at any point that you need to, you just bring it back to a place that it's more comfortable for you to manage and keep working across. So you're dragging the ball across the body. Good. And always remember and bring yourself back to the center of the seat of the chair. Well done. And if you can move quicker than me, feel free to do so. We're all going to work at our own pace. We'll take a little break from that movement there. Going back to the outside step over. Last time we practiced it as a single leg. This time we're going to alternate sides. So we need a little bit more movement and rotation. Let's go. Up, round and over. Come back in. Other side, up, round and over, and come back in. So you've got to change direction a little bit more quickly than we were doing before. Bringing the foot across and in, across and in. You might feel like you've got one side that's easier to move than the other. Don't worry about that. It's pretty common. Keep working on trying to balance out the movement. Up, round and over, coming in. Up, round and over, coming in. Let's make that one our last one, and then we come back to a center position. You're going to pick the ball up for our final movement, which is to practice a roll in or a throw in. So nice wide stance, taking the ball from one hand into center, out and into center. Join in with me now. Coming across, taking it back, across and taking it back. And I want you to look at the ball as it moves, and that's going to help you to twist your torso. So you lead the movement with the head. We're going back and through and forwards, round and back to the front. Good. Lots of power in this movement. Keep looking in the direction of the ball as it travels from side to side. Final one, and that is our circuit complete. Now we're going to take some time to cool down and stretch. Make sure the ball is out of the way. Come a little bit forward in the seat of your chair. Place your hands onto your hips, and we're going to take a gentle step touch from side to side. In our cool down, we want to lower your heart rate and stretch out through the muscles and joints. Come into a more center position and a gentle march, just peeling the heels off the floor. Good. And then plant the feet firmly in towards the ground. I'd like you to try and take your hands behind your back. If you can't manage to get them all the way behind, just push them back behind the midline of the body a little bit. Once you've got your arms in position, lift the breastbone, raise the eye line, and stretch across the front of the chest. You're then going to bring the arms in front of you, clasp the fingers together, and if you can, push the palms forwards. You're then going to drop your chin down to your chest, round the shoulders, curve the lower back, and open the shoulder blades. Well done. And then release. Now a little stretch for the backs of your legs. Coming forward in the seat of the chair, but making sure that you feel safe. Take your leg out to the side, and we're going to lean forwards. If you're able to reach your hand towards your toes, please do. Or reach to the knee, or maybe mid-shin. Make sure you can feel the stretch up the back of your leg. Let's try that on the other side. So we come in, take one leg out, leaning forwards with a long spine. Taking your hand to the toe, the shin, the knee, wherever feels comfortable for you, as long as you can feel the stretch of the back of your leg. Come back up into center and sit in the center of your chair. Arms down by your side, chest open, and we take a side bend, making sure that both bottom cheeks are firmly planted into the seat of the chair. Bring yourself up and over the other way. Good, and come back up. Palms forward, elbows bent, fingers behind your ears, and side lean. Good, keep the elbows wide, up to center, over the other way, feet firmly planted to the floor, back into center, and if you're comfortable to do so, reach both arms overhead, take them as far as you can, circle all the way around, and rest. And that is our football fitness session complete. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've enjoyed this session, have a look at some of the other videos in the playlist. If you feel like you'd like to try this session in standing, head to the Parkinson's UK website and search for the video. I hope to see you again for another session soon.